What's up world, welcome back to my channel. I'm Vladi B here with another video. Today I would like to talk to you about the things you should invest your money into if you want to protect your money from things like inflation and even things like a potential of the dollar collapsing. Because you never know what's going to happen with the economy, you never know if there's going to be a depression or just a recession. So if you do have some money that you would like to protect, this video is definitely for you. Let's get started. So let's say you've been working your whole life and you've been living really frugally and you finally saved up those few $1,000s and you are really afraid and terrified of what may happen to that money if you don't protect it right away. What happens if the inflation eats into the money? If it's just sitting in a bank, you are 200% guaranteed that the inflation will eat your money away. And if you have $10,000 saved up, in a couple of years, that $10,000 will be worth what $5,000 was worth today. And it's happening daily to a lot of people. They keep putting their money away in the savings account, and with the inflation, that money is now worth less because you can buy less things with the same amount of money. So if you have $10,000 saved up for 5 years, in 5 years from now, that same $10,000 is barely worth a couple $1,000s. You can look at the market. Everything we have around us now costs more than it used to. Double the price at the very least, and sometimes some things even triple in price. And you can see that when you go out to eat. You go to McDonald's, you go to any other fast food place, they increase their prices almost double on everything. And that's just the beginning, the tip of the iceberg, as they say. Let's look at the housing market. Let's look at the car market. Everything is overpriced, and the reason is because the dollar has lost its value because they kept printing and printing and printing, giving away all that stimulus because there's so much of it going around, and now it's barely worth anything, so you can buy less things with the same amount of money. So even if you were rich before, if you thought you were rich because you have a few $1,000s saved up, well, now you're back to living paycheck to paycheck. And this is why financial education is extremely important. The lessons that you're able to learn from other people's mistakes are invaluable. Those lessons will prevent you from making the same mistakes and saving you a lot of time. Because when you make a mistake and you fail at something, it's going to take you a little bit of time to get back on track. It's going to take you a little bit of time to get back into the routine and try something new, because everything takes time. So when you read books, when you listen to educational content like this and you learn from other people's mistakes, you're able to avoid making the mistake and going straight to the right thing to do. And a lot of things like that are out there already. Everything, there is no more secrets out there. Everybody will tell you what they're investing into, maybe not the specific companies they're investing into or the specific little things. They won't tell you what to sell, but they'll tell you that you do need to sell. You know that in sales you can make a lot of money. And I have a few sales videos too on my channel, but sales will help you generate a lot of money up front. What do you sell? You sell what you're best at selling. It's ideal to sell something that you like yourself because it will help you explain it better to the customer and build up some value that way. But this video is not about sales. This video is about what you should invest your money into, because investing doesn't necessarily mean you're going to be making money. Sometimes it's a protection. You're protecting your wealth. Gold and silver. If you listen to Robert Kiyosaki and his videos and his philosophy on money, he will tell you that the best thing you can put your money into to hold its value, to maintain its value, is either gold or silver. Precious metals like this will forever be out there, and it will be what's called the real money. Something that is valuable all across. It's a universal thing. And that's what makes it so great to invest into gold and silver, because it is a universal thing. Let's say you take 1 pound of gold. You can take it anywhere in the world, and this 1 pound of gold will be extremely valuable. It will allow you to get stuff, to exchange it for the currency of that country, wherever you take it. In places where people are using money, there are systems in place, there's government. So if you take it to any country out there, there is no country that will not accept gold, that you won't be able to sell it for some kind of money, depending on how much you have. Same with silver. So what you do is you buy some gold and some silver with your hard-earned money, and you put it away somewhere. You hide it, you store it, you put it in a safety deposit. Let's say you use $20,000 to buy gold, and suddenly you use your dollars, and suddenly the dollar is gone. It has collapsed. Worst case scenario. If you had $20,000 in your bank account, it's gone. It's just not there anymore. It's worth zero. But if you had that money held in a gold, in like gold coins or gold something, or silver, you can take that gold and silver and in the future exchange it to its equivalent whenever there is a new money, new dollar, or if you, let's say you move to a different country, you can exchange it for its equivalent in that country. Doesn't matter if you go to Canada, if you go to Switzerland, if you go to Europe, if you go to England, anywhere you go, you will be able to exchange it. And that's why gold and silver is probably number one thing that you should put your money into. The other things you should invest your money into in order to protect it from inflation and even earn some money on top of that would be the stock market. Of course, the stock market is volatile, just like anything else. It's volatile, it changes, the prices change all the time, and it's not the best idea to put your money into at its highest, at its peak, when the prices are at their all-time highs, which we've seen all of last year. All of last year, the prices of anything in the stock market were way above anything. So if you were lucky enough to put some money into the stock market right before that craziness began, right during the pandemic, and then you pulled it out during the bull market, right before the bear market started again, you would have made a lot of money, depending on how much you put, of course. But long term, even if you didn't pull it out, and now it went back to what you put originally or even below that, all you have to do is just keep it there and not touch it, not worry about it. This is your investment that you put aside. You shouldn't need that money. Always invest what you can afford to lose, so that if something happens, you're not relying on this. You're not relying, oh, let me pull out that $10,000 I have in my stock account. Oh, wait a second, now it's worth $5,000. Oh my God, what am I gonna do? Let me pull out that remaining $5,000 so I don't lose even that. But what happens if you wait, if you stay strong and you just wait during this period of time and don't pull it out? That 5,000 will go back to your 10,000 original, and even more. It'll turn into 15 and even 20 if you leave it there for many, many years. And that's the idea behind the stock market. So you're basically putting your money into the stock market, because with inflation, prices of the companies, the little shares of companies that you own in the stock market, they go up in value as well. Meanwhile, if your money is just sitting in a bank, the value of that money doesn't go up, but the value of the companies do go up, because they continuously doing business. And so if the stock started from $1, eventually it's going to be worth 100, 1,000, and even more. Look at Amazon, right? That's the whole idea. And although the price can fluctuate with the economy, depending on which direction the economy is going, it's going to go up and down, but essentially it will always have some value. And no matter what happens to the dollar, if you own that share or multiple shares of different companies, that way you are protecting your money. And whatever happens to the dollar, you still have those stocks that you purchased, just like that gold. And it's an inflation protection, because as the money gets devalued, it will be more expensive to buy gold. This is the inflation protection in its natural shape. And of course, the third thing you should invest your money into is cryptocurrency. This is not a financial advice, because cryptocurrency and even the stock market and even buying gold, everything is risky in the end of the day. But without risks, you can't get anywhere in life. Anyone will tell you this. Any successful entrepreneur will tell you that if they wouldn't have taken any risks in their life, they would have never achieved anything. Anything of significance, that is. You can always live a mediocre, average lifestyle without any risks, but if you want to make a significant return, you have to take a significant risk as well. It's equivalent. And this is what cryptocurrency market offers. It offers a really high return, but it comes with a big risk. If you invest into the wrong thing and it goes down, it disappears, it's a rock pool, that money is gone. It's just the same as a company. If you invest in a poor company, if you didn't do your research before you invest into the company and then it suddenly goes bankrupt, it's the same idea. It was not a sustainable, good business, and so therefore the investment was not good. Same thing with crypto. If you're gonna invest into meme coins and meme tokens and they're gonna end up turning into garbage and being worth nothing, whatever money you put into it, just like a bad business, goes bankrupt, that cryptocurrency is gone, someone has your money and they ran away with it. That's why you have to be extremely careful. If you do the right amount of studying, the right amount of research, you watch videos, you read literature, you will inevitably find the right companies to invest into, the right stocks to buy, as well as the right crypto coins to buy that will generate some wealth, or at least protect you from that inflation. For example, Bitcoin, it protects you from the inflation because the value of Bitcoin will constantly go up and down, but it can go so high up, so ridiculously high up, that on top of protecting you from inflation, it can actually generate a lot of wealth for you. And that's how a lot of people got rich in the last few years. The people that got into crypto right on time, right before it started going crazy, they made a lot of money. And those people that went in a little bit later, when it was already at its peak, when people are already making crazy money, and suddenly went down into a bear market. Now, if you invested some money into good projects like Bitcoin and Ethereum, of course you've lost a lot because everything is down. If you bought Ethereum at $4,000 and now it's worth $1,000 and you bought one Ethereum, you just lost $3,000. That's a significant amount of money. However, if you hold on to that one Ethereum, it will eventually go up. Just think of it all as a long-term investment. If you think of things as a short-term, you want to make quick money, this is even higher risk, and that's considered day trading, and you can do that with crypto, and you can do that with stock market as well. You can't really do that with gold or silver, but with the market you can do that, and it's riskier. You need to know what you're doing. But if you are just trying to protect yourself from inflation, if you are trying to protect your hard-earned money from devaluing or from the dollar disappearing completely, or any currency that of the country you're living in, you're afraid of it not being stable, you put that money into something like the stock market, like the crypto market, or gold and silver, God's money as Robert Kiyosaki calls it, and you have protected yourself from inflation and from that money disappearing altogether. And the last thing that I want to talk to you about, there are a lot of those, but the last thing that is really significant is, of course, real estate. No matter what, real estate is a good protection against inflation and also protection of your money. Let's say you borrowed a lot of money right before depression started, or right before a dollar collapses. You still have that property now. Now it's maybe worth nothing, but it just will make it easier for you to pay it off. But you will have a shelter, you will have something physical that you can actually live in, you can rent it out, you're gonna turn that house into an asset, a real estate. But again, everything comes with a risk, and you have to do a lot of research before you invest your money into anything out there. Leave some comments below with some ways that you protect your money with, what you invest into or what you buy, as well as what you invest into to make some good money. Also, like this video, subscribe to my channel for more content, and I will see you in another one.